So this is for all the Christians out there that still think they can do Christmas and Easter and eat swine's flesh. This scripture is written for you. This is prophecy. It's not come to pass yet. All your Pastor Bobs, your Jeremiah 23 and Ezekiel 34 passages, oh, the Old Testament's obsolete. Yeah, because it's written about them too. They're going to be lying to you in the last days. What do you think for 2 Timothy chapter 4 is talking about? How these people heap to themselves teachers having itching ears, and they will become fables and turn away from the truth. It's talking about all these 45,000 different denominations. So let's read from Isaiah 66 and start here in verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind. So this is talking about when Messiah comes back with 144,000. That's when you hear whirlwind, that's talking about the 144. To render his anger with the fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in gardens behind one tree in the midst, your Jeremiah 10 Christmas tree, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord. He's talking to all of you that's still doing this pagan holidays and still eating unclean. I mean, let's go back here to Isaiah 65, right? You can see who you're actually talking to right now, because I'm one of the people that did not seek after Father until here 2 years ago. And I cried out for the truth. He dropped me to my knees, and I had crocodile tears in my eyes, and I pleaded for the truth. I said, Father, I accept you, I accept your son, just show me the truth. And he started showing me the truth. And this is who he's talking about here in the first couple verses, talking about me and all my other brothers and sisters, straightthegate.net, that actually keep the 10 Commandments, that actually eat clean, and then go love their neighbors, they love themselves like Yeshua told them to, which is fulfilling the royal law. Isaiah 65, I am salt of them that ask not for me. I am found of them that sought me not. I said, behold me, unto a nation that was not called by my name. I have spread out my hands all the day unto a rebellious nation, which walketh in the way that was not good, after their own thoughts. A people that provoketh me to anger continually to my face, that sacrificeth in gardens, and burneth incense upon the altars of brick, which remain among the graves, and lodge in the monuments, which eat swine's flesh, and the broth of abominable things is in their vessels. Which say, stand by thyself, come not near me, for I am holier than thou. These are a smoke in my nose, a fire that burneth all the day long. So you got all these self-righteous Christians that tells you that you can't smoke cigarettes, that you can't drink wine for your stomach's sake, that tells you you can't smoke pot. They are smoking God's nose, these self-righteous Christians that are telling you not to do these things. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's nothing to do with breaking the 10 Commandments. Last I checked, all you self-righteous Christians, you're smoking God's nose for all your self-righteousness, and you still put out a freaking ashtray outside your churches for the smokers. But then you look at them really freaking badly because they still smoke. Ooza booba doo-doo. I still smoke cigarettes. I still smoke pot. I still drink wine. Are you holier than me? Because I'm a piece of shit. That's the God honest truth. For 20 plus years, I was hooked on meth, painkillers, did prison time, lusted after women really bad. But here I am right now, been keeping covenant for the last 2 years. What's your guys' excuses? You have none. Behold, it is written before me. I will not keep silence, but recompense unto their bosom your iniquities, and the iniquities of your fathers together, saith Jehovah, which have burned incense upon the mountains and blasphemed me upon the hills. Therefore, I will measure their former work into their bosom. Thus saith Jehovah, as the new wine is found in the cluster of one saith, destroy it not, for a blessing is in it. So will I do for my servants' sake, that I may not destroy them all. And I will bring forth the seed out of Jacob, and out of Judah, an inheritor of my mountains, and mine elect shall inherit it, and my servants shall dwell there. Now you think about it, the real servants in the last days are raising up and surnaming themselves Jacob here in the land of Mystery Babylon, even America, like the grass. And they're going to start holding the 2 covenants of promises mentioned in Ephesians 2. And then sit there tied over the Romans 11, how you become grafted in and become spiritual Israel, because there's no Christian gate, no Muslim gate, no Seventh-day Adventist gate, no Catholic gate, no Baptist gate, no Pentecostal gate, none of those gates, only those 12 tribes of Israel. What's it say in James 1? This is written to the 12 tribes scattered abroad. I mean, do you not hear what I'm telling you right now? Is any of these other people sitting there talking about this stuff? Does any of these other people talk about prophecy? No. They only do it for their own vainglory and for their own purposes. The only purpose I have is to get you in covenant with our Father. It doesn't matter if you listen to me or not. I just want you to listen to this book. Jeremiah 17:5 says, trust no man lest you become accursed. But you still have to go read this word. Isaiah 28 even tells you, precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little, there a little. That means you've got to read this book from cover to cover. Hosea 4:6, my people die for a lack of knowledge. I don't want to see any of you die. These damn pastors, these paid motivational speakers, they don't care whether or not you die. They care whether or not you show up to Sun God Day worship, every Sun God worship day, put money in the collection plate, and listen to them read 2 or 3 verses out of the Gospel of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and then the rest of the time they talk about themselves. Just waiting to get out of Sun God Day worship so they can go watch their football game or go play golf. You're supposed to honor the Sabbath day to keep it holy, to not buy, trade, work, or sell, and do your own pleasures. You're supposed to gather with others and study out this word together and share testimony. Is any of these freaking apostate Christians doing that? No. And they're not even keeping the true Sabbath day. The Saturday of the Sabbath is Saturday morning till Sunday morning, dawn to dawn. I got all the verses to back that up. You can just send me a message or comment in my comments and I'll send it to you. Like I said, I'm not like the rest of these creators on this platform and all the people I study with at straightasthegate.net. We don't care how many likes you give us. We don't care if you share our videos. We don't care if you follow us. We only care that you follow Jehovah and follow his son Yeshua. Because the Messiah's name is definitely not Jesus. Who the hell is that guy? Constantine changed the Sabbath day and changed the Messiah's name when Rome was conquering all over. They changed it. Jeremiah 8 talks about lion pit of the scribes. They changed the Messiah's name and took our Father's name, Jehovah, out of this book 6,000 times. I mean, it's all there in the scriptures. All you have to do is go read it for yourself. John 5:42-3. This is how I know you don't have the love of God in you, because I come in my Father's name, and you receive me not. Another shall come in his own name, he you will receive. Jeremiah 23 says, in the latter days you will consider this perfectly, that the prophets be prophesying lies, having dreams of dreams, and telling everyone their neighbor about Baal. Well, I don't hear over 280 million Christians talking about this guy named Baal, but I hear over 280 million Christians talking about this guy named Jesus. If you want to sit there and pronounce his English name, it is Joshua. Go read Zechariah 3:1. Who is Joshua the high priest? Your Messiah. That's why it's important to read this book from cover to cover to see if all of your ancestors, including my own, have been lied to. They don't want you to know the truth. Who runs this world? The lowercase g God of this world is the one that's turned this whole world into a circus, deceiving every one of you, including myself, up until I cried out for the truth. It's time for you to cry out for the truth. Because if you really love God, you're going to keep his 10 commandments. 1 John 2:4, those who claim to know him and keep not his commandments is a liar. And there's no truth in them. Even the last chapter of this book in Revelation 22:14, which is a beatitude, if you don't know what that means you're probably not in covenant, because the beatitudes are written to the servants. It says, blessed are those that keep the commandments, for they have the right to eat from the tree of life and enter through the gates. For without are whoremongers, murderers, and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. Don't be the one in verse 15. You want to be the one in verse 14 in Revelation 22. And I'd really suggest going and read all of 1 John and Deuteronomy 4 to chapter 8, and you'll see that I tell you the truth about keeping these 10 commandments. And once you see that, this book's going to unlock for you, and you'll see more that you have to eat clean. And then you'll see you have to go fulfill the royal law, which is loving your neighbors, you love yourself. Matthew 22:39, that's quoting Leviticus 19:16-18, and James 2:8-9. Go read those words. Don't take my word for it. Go read the word for yourself and stop listening to all these freaking sweeter chicken word people that went to seminary school or sit there and heap themselves teachers having itching ears. They don't even want the truth. They just want to be heard. They don't want to sit there and give you the life-giving word that's going to get you into the kingdom. That's the only thing that straightasthegate.net is trying to do, is just try to get you guys in the covenant. So you want to see this tribulation. But you're going to. Most of you are going to, because you're not going to listen. It says this book you're not going to listen in Ezekiel 2:3-33, what it means to be a watchman. He told us he's going to make our foreheads harder, adamant as flint, against this rebellious house of people, not to be afraid of your faces, but we have to tell you anyway, or the blood's on our own hands. So repent, or you're going to perish.